Initially, I started writing when I was class 7. I wrote a poem, then it sounded interesting. The teacher read my poem in front of the class and he told me it's a very good job. Then from that day, I kicked on with my journey.
I advised him to collect more. I actually challenged him, said, can you add more poems? Let us make this into a book. So he took that challenge positively and he kept on adding more poems.
This book talks about different themes. One of the top ones is tribalism. This is one of the key things that is affecting the society.
I would like to dedicate this copy to you, Mr. Governor.
One of the challenges is discouragement from colleagues, may it be students or other people.
It's a beautiful story, it's a beautiful journey at his age, and taking into consideration the kind of challenges that we have here.
My name is Abdullahi Alim Haji. I'm a Form 3 student from Mandera Secondary School. Originally I'm from Ramu. I studied my primary school at Aldea Primary School. I'm the author of this book named The Generation of Today and the 99 Other Poems. I have started writing this book when I was Form 1, but initially I started writing when I was class 7. During that time, I didn't know much about poetry, but I used to read some poetry books that I used to see in the school library. When I came to Form 1, the third term of Form 1, I was introduced to poetry by my English teacher. Then the first day when the teacher introduced us to poetry, he told us to write one poems, each one of us in the class. Then I wrote a poem. Then it sounded interesting. The teacher read my poem in front of the class and he told me it's a very good job. Then from that day, I kicked on with my journey. I continued writing till the other day I found my mentor here, Mr. Arale. Then I took to him some 20 poems. Then he told me to write so many poems so that we can compile it into a book. I continued writing to about 100 plus. When I wrote, the teacher told me we will compile to a book. Then that's the way we got up with this book.
So this is what we call a pair of rhyming words. Abdullahi started writing this book when he was in Form 1. Of course, it was not a book at that time. It came in the form of a poem and then another poem like that. So he approached me when he was in Form 2, that was 2023, where I advised him to collect more. I actually challenged him, said, can you add more poems? Let us make this into a book. So he took that challenge positively and he kept on adding more poems. He kept on bringing them for review. And when we had a very good number, we started thinking of how to make them into a book. With support from the principal, from the school administration, we were able to get a publisher to review this book, to edit, and make it into a book. So it's a process that has happened for almost over a year. We were able to make the first print of this book in October last year.
And this book talks about different themes. One of the top ones is tribalism. This is one of the key things that is affecting the society. And one of the main things that I talk about this book is tribalism. I'm from Ramu originally. The place that has tribalism has affected mostly in this county. This is where at every 2 consecutive years, there will be no beach for 2 consecutive years. So that's one topic. The other one is corruption. The other one is immorality in the society. Alafu, the effect of peer pressure. There is drugs, which is killing the youth of today. For example, on the topic of tribalism, I happen to write this poem, which says, with my words I declare that tribalism is unfair. In other communities, it is rare, but in my community, it is top layer. Shedding the blood of another, killing the son of a mother, tribalism, why do we bother? Why this, my dear brother? I hear the cry of a peasant, murdered, his head chopped, an aperture formed on his chest, his belongings looted. I wonder why that shedding a blood is like cutting a thigh. After every funeral, my elders discuss an endless rendezvous that bears no fruits.
This poem is composed of 100 poems. Among them is the poem that I read here. I would like to dedicate this copy to you, Mr. Governor.
The reason why I chose this cover for this book, this book shows a tree and somewhere muddy like a water or a flood or a muddy place. The tree is showing hope, and this mud is acting as the challenges that lie in the society. But however the challenges, the tree is rising, showing that there is hope in future. This one is a contribution of poetry. It has been written by all these poets around the world, and one of them, it is named as the Boundless Voices, an international anthology of poems. This one is Boundless Voices. I also happen to write this, to co-author this one. One of the challenges is discouragement from colleagues, may it be students or other people who will tell you, this one has no benefit. Why do you write this thing? Why do you waste your time? Like somebody will come to you in class sitting, writing a poem. He will go through the first two lines. He will tell you, why do you bother with these things? Why are you wasting your time?
It's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful journey at his age, and taking into consideration the kind of challenges that we have here. It is something that deserves to be appreciated. Writing a book is not something foreign, right? One of our own who sits with us in the same desk, we eat the same food in school, have the same teachers, has a book in his name. Can we maybe appreciate him?